So, ladies and gentlemen, this happened. This is interesting. Bleacher Report releases their Mount Rushmore of every NBA team since 2000. So for the last 25 years. And they make a statement in the beginning, which reads as follows. This can't just be a spreadsheet type exercise, though. Partly because we can't let the computers win that easily, but also because any fan putting together a Mount Rushmore of his or her favorite team is going to be guided by some emotion. The player with the highest total of win shares doesn't always mean the most to fans of a particular team. Keep that in mind, as there will be a handful of sentimental picks sprinkled in among the statistical greats. They also said individual and team success are key components. Winning a championship, earning an MVP, multiple All-NBA selections, or leading the franchise in scoring since 2000 makes a player an automatic candidate. That doesn't mean that they automatically make the Mount Rushmore, but it makes them a candidate. So, there is a couple of interesting Mount Rushmore picks, none other than, of course, the most interesting one, which people are going crazy over, is the Lakers. So it looks to me like they used partly computers to do this, and maybe partly human picks. It doesn't really say. I mean, this can't just be spreadsheeted exercise, though, partly because we can't let the computers win that easily. So I really don't know what that statement means, but it seems to kind of say also that they don't want to include any bias from fans with emotion towards one player over another. So let me just go straight to the Lakers Mount Rushmore picks. And those Mount Rushmore picks for the Lakers, that two guys are going to definitely surprise you. One of those four is Kobe Bryant. No surprise here. Since 2000 to 2025, the guy's been in the finals, six times? No, more than 6 times. Won five championships in that span of 25 years. Second guy, Shaquille O'Neal. A three-peat with Kobe Bryant. So that's not a question mark at all. But then you got two guys like Pau Gasol and Derek Fisher. Pau Gasol and Derek Fisher. Now, many are asking, where the hell is LeBron James? What happened to LeBron James? Like, why isn't he on the Mount Rushmore of the Lakers? From 2000 to 2025. He's been drafted in 2003, 2004? He's been on the Lakers for multiple years now, 6, 7 years? And he's not on the Mount Rushmore? Why? I mean, Derek Fisher, Pau Gasol over this guy? That's what Laker fans, LeBron James fans, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. LeBron James fans are upset about. So let me read you a couple comments that were on the Bleacher Report Instagram post advertising this article. One of them says, Fish over Braun? Top tier rage baiting for Lakers and Heat. Then they mention Chris Bosh. What the F? Chris Bosh won Miami 2 championships. LeBron getting left off Lakers is laughable. Any team LeBron on, he's top 4. Y'all talking about LeBron. I'm more concerned about Bam over Chris Bosh. I can agree with that. People complaining Bron is not on the Lakers. I get it. But would that be a shame because he will be on 3 sides if they still include him on the Lakers? It would only mean he really ring chase. It wouldn't mean he ring chase. He did ring chase. There's no meaning. We all know he did. But those are some of the comments that they're posting on that post from Bleacher Report. Now, you can argue that Derek Fisher and Pau Gasol should not be on that Mount Rushmore over LeBron James, but in the beginning when I read to you what was taken into consideration for a candidate for this Mount Rushmore. Derek Fisher, at least 5 NBA Finals appearances. Maybe 6. I haven't checked on it, but he was there for every single one that they won. Pau Gasol, 2 NBA championships, 3rd appearance. What has LeBron done as a Laker? 1 bubble championship, 2 knockouts in the first round of the playoffs. 1, he didn't really make the playoffs at all when he came in. Like, I'm not surprised he's not included in this. There is no surprise to me. It's a big surprise to emotional LeBron James fans. I could tell you that much. But I'm happy that this is kind of straightforward, logical to me. Because finals appearances for these guys, that's what counts for this specific team. We're not talking about GOAT or whatever. We're talking about Mount Rushmore of a certain team. And Derek Fisher, very clutch player in pressure moments during the Lakers championship runs. Pau Gasol as well with Kobe, very big piece of those 2 championships. And those were hard-fought freaking championships. Not some bubble-wrapped crap of LeBron James. You know, when he had mind games in elevators with his opponents. So that was a surprise to me, but I agree with this 100%. Not an issue at all. Now, let me just read to you all the teams' Mount Rushmore picks. So Atlanta Hawks were first. You got Al Horford, Trae Young, Joe Johnson, Paul Millsap. I don't have a problem with that. Then Boston Celtics, Jaylen Brown, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Jason Tatum. No problem with that one at all. New Jersey Nets, Vince Carter, Richard Jefferson, Jason Kidd, Brook Lopez. No problem at all. Then you get Charlotte Hornets, LaMelo Ball, Al Jefferson, Kemba Walker, Gerald Wallace. Not much to pick from, but that's pretty good for me. Chicago Bulls, Derrick Rose, Jimmy Butler, Joakim Noah, Luol Deng. Can't argue with any of those. Joakim Noah, he was a big piece when he was on the Bulls, and I can't complain about that pick. When he went to other teams, not so much. Cleveland Cavaliers, of course, LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Love, and Zydrunas Ilgauskas. Cannot say I disagree. Dallas Mavericks, Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Terry, Luka Doncic, Dwight Powell. I can't say I disagree with this one either. Denver Nuggets, Nikola Jokic, Carmelo Anthony, Jamal Murray, Aaron Gordon. That's a good pick as well. You got Detroit Pistons, Chauncey Billups, Richard Hamilton, Tayshaun Prince, Ben Wallace. That's their championship tough Detroit Piston team right there. No questions. Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Andre Iguodala. They did not mention Kevin Durant, even though he won 2 titles with the Golden State Warriors. I'm surprised about that, but I'm also not surprised about that. Because those 4 players that we just mentioned, they were there, they put their work in, they won their titles. KD just stopped by, picked up 2 titles on a team that didn't really even need him to win those titles because they won him before without him being on it. And then just said, see you later, I got 2 already, got to go. So I don't blame it. We don't need him here. Houston Rockets, James Harden, Yao Ming, Clint Capella, Shane Battier. I think I agree with this one. Let me just, something what I want to confirm. I want to see what years. I'm surprised they're missing Tracy McGrady here. Tracy McGrady, he played since 2004 to 2009, averaging 25, 24, 24, 21, and then 15 points. He was an all-star, 7th in voting for MVP, 6th in voting for MVP, 8th in voting for MVP. I would have probably considered T-Mac. So I'm surprised about that. I think T-Mac should be in there, maybe over Clint Capella. But that's just me. Then you got Indiana Pacers, Paul George, Tyrese Halliburton, Jermaine O'Neal, Miles Turner. Tyrese Halliburton not there that long, but who the hell are you going to pick? You know what I'm saying? So I think I agree with this one. Jermaine O'Neal deserves to be there. Miles Turner, big piece in that, especially last drive to the finals. He was on there for years. Paul George, good player. So no question. Los Angeles Clippers, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Jamal Crawford. Clippers. They did not include any of the guys that are on there now. No Paul George. No Kawhi. No Harden. Kind of surprised. You can make some arguments on that, but it is what it is. Los Angeles Lakers, I already gave you. Memphis Grizzlies. Mike Conley, Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol, Tony Allen. Can't complain about these guys. Miami Heat, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. A lot of people complain that Chris Bosh is not on this list, and I do agree that I would put him on the list. I think he deserves to be there over Bam Adebayo. Being with the Heat, of course, he ended his career because he had some health problems, and he would have played longer with the Heat. He was a big part of 2 titles for them, 4 finals appearances, so that's very surprising to me. I think Chris Bosh deserves this over Bam Adebayo, no question. Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis, Brook Lopez, Chris Middleton, Michael Redd. I can agree with that. I have no issues here. Minnesota Timberwolves, Kevin Garnett, Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, Kevin Love. No questions here. Kevin Love was a beast on Minnesota. Kevin Garnett, a beast on Minnesota. Anthony Edwards right now, and Karl Anthony Towns. He was good there. I don't recall anybody I would put in place of anybody else. New Orleans Pelicans, Chris Paul, Anthony Davis, David West, Zion Williamson. I could agree with that one too. I have no question with it. No question at all. New York Knicks. Now, this is my team, baby. Carmelo Anthony, Jalen Brunson, Allen Houston, Julius Randle. The only question mark I had when I read this, I think that I would maybe not necessarily switch, but there was a high consideration for Amari Stoudemire for me. Reason being, he did not achieve a lot for the Knicks. But when nobody was willing to come to the Knicks, he did. He was healthy pretty much for 1 season. He balled out like crazy. He showed guts showing up, taking the franchise on his back. And then his knees gave out, and that was a problem. So I understand it. It's 1 season out of 25. Allen Houston had, probably about 5 to 6 seasons or after 2000, which were good for the Knicks. So I understand the pick, but Amari Stoudemire was up there for me. Oklahoma City Thunder, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, Shea Alexander, and Nick Collison. No James Harden. James Harden wasn't that James Harden while he was on OKC, so that's not a question for me. What else we got here? I think everybody else is pretty much okay. Now, Orlando Magic, Dwight Howard, Tracy McGrady, Jameer Nelson, Nikola Vucevic. I can agree with that. I have no issues picked here. Philadelphia 76ers, Allen Iverson, Joel Embiid, Andre Iguodala, Thaddeus Young. I'm good with that. The only thing is, let me just see something. When did Allen Iverson retire? Oh, 2010, but okay, he played on Philly to 2005, 2006. Yeah, I get it. So Allen Iverson, just had to confirm the years, guys. I'm not saying I question his appearance, but just had to confirm the years when he left and all that stuff. So, no question. Allen Iverson deserves that. Probably more than any other of the guys that were chosen here. Allen Iverson, Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid hurt a lot, man. Andre Iguodala, Thaddeus Young. That's fine. Phoenix Suns, Steve Nash, Devin Booker, Sean Marion, Amari Stoudemire. Amari Stoudemire, when he was healthy with the Phoenix Suns, oh man, he was crazy. Sean Marion, defensive beast, the Matrix, great player. Devin Booker, I can understand, but he hasn't really done anything with the Phoenix Suns. If I looked around a little bit, I'd probably find somebody else that I would include on there. Maybe even Grant Hill. When did Grant Hill end his career? Grant Hill, my man. Grant Hill, let's see. Grant Hill, Phoenix, 2007 through 2012. He was good, but he had decent seasons. He wasn't that Grant Hill no more. His last, Grant Hill year was 1999-2000 on the Detroit Pistons. Then he got injured. His best year after that was in Orlando, was 19.7 average and all-star. He wasn't an all-star any single year on the Phoenix Suns, so I can understand that. Also, had to confirm the years, guys. Have to confirm the years. Portland Trailblazers. Damian Lillard, no question. LaMarcus Aldridge, no question. Brandon Roy, damn, that guy was good. And CJ McCollum, I'm good with that. Sacramento Kings, Chris Webber, Vlade Divac, Mike Bibby, Peja Stojakovic. 100% agree, no questions there. San Antonio Spurs, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Manu Ginobili, Kawhi Leonard. Not a single question there. Toronto Raptors, Vince Carter, Kawhi Leonard, DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry. I cannot question anybody. Even Kawhi Leonard being there one season, he got him a freaking title. I'm not surprised on the Mount Rushmore. He deserved it. Utah Jazz, we got Rudy Gobert, Carlos Boozer, Deron Williams. Man, he was good when he was on top of his game. Andrei Kirilenko, many people have no clue about who that freaking was, but he was a good, versatile player on both ends of the floor. And then we got Washington Wizards, Gilbert Arenas, John Wall, Bradley Beal, Antoine Jameson. I'm good with all those picks. Not a question. Yes, Jordan played in the early 2000s on one leg. He did what he did. I would not put him on the Mount Rushmore, even though not this time, my friends, not this time. So I like most of these picks. I mean, I told you the few question marks that I had, which I think maybe one or two of them were real question marks, but the rest of the stuff were pretty good picks. No question. They were pretty good picks. So I like the whole list. And because there's no bias, the picks make logical sense. Because a lot of people now might say that I've been talking about Bleacher Report having a working relationship with LeBron James and all that other stuff, and why wouldn't they then put him on the Lakers? Because it's not logical to put him on the Lakers. Very illogical to put him on the Lakers. Who are you going to take off there? Pau Gasol, 2 titles, tough titles, 3 finals appearances on the Lakers squad. Derek Fisher, every single finals that he was there with Kobe Bryant, Derek Fisher was there. 5 NBA titles. Very clutch player, very important part. Kobe Bryant praised him that he was the only player he was listening to on that team. No question he deserves to be there. Many people just have no freaking clue on the Lakers' history, on the basketball history, period. So I agree with those picks 100% for the Lakers. And the rest of them, yeah, James is on the Heat. Yeah, I agree. He went there. He got him 2 titles. He was there for 4 years. Big impact on the franchise since 2000 to 2025. But I'm surprised Chris Bosh didn't make it. I think he deserves to be there way more than Bam Adebayo. Way more. Dwayne Wade, of course, that was a solid pick. And that's it. So, you know, it was funny how people are unhappy about LeBron James not being on the Lakers, but it's just illogical for him to be there. Emotions take over a lot of people, and they stop thinking logically. So I think that's the problem there with the comments that I read to you about Laker fans being surprised that LeBron is not on that Mount Rushmore for the Lakers. He just doesn't deserve to be there with the achievements that he had, the years that he was there. Simple as that. All right. Let me guys know what you guys think in the comment section. Which squad you agree with, which squad you don't agree with. Do you agree with the Lakers? Do you not agree with the Lakers? Do you think LeBron should be there? Do you think LeBron should not be there? All that. I'm waiting for your answers. So like, share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Peace.